Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and thank you for joining us today on this fascinating journey into the world of rare coins, specifically focusing on a seemingly humble yet immensely valuable item, the 2016 1-cent coin that astonishingly commands a price of $168 due to its unique errors and mistakes. You might ask, how can a penny, a coin typically worth 1 cent in face value, possibly be worth hundreds of dollars? The answer lies in the realm of numismatics, the study and collection of coins, where rarity, errors, unique production flaws, and historical significance can transform ordinary currency into prized collector's items with significant market value. The 2016 1-cent coin has captivated collectors and enthusiasts worldwide because it showcases an array of errors and mistakes from the minting process, making it an extraordinary specimen that appeals not only to those who appreciate the artistry and history of coinage but also to savvy investors looking for tangible assets with growing value. Understanding why this particular penny has soared in value requires diving deep into the production process of coins, the kinds of mistakes that can occur during minting, and the specific errors that distinguish the 2016 1-cent penny from countless others minted in ordinary conditions. The production of coins at the United States Mint is a highly precise and mechanized process intended to produce millions of identical copies within strict quality standards. Every coin begins as a planchette, a blank metal disc, carefully prepared and then stamped by dies engraved with the artistic designs chosen for that year. The 2016 penny, like its predecessors, bears the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, along with inscriptions such as the motto, "In God We Trust," the word liberty, and the mint year. On the reverse side, the familiar Lincoln Memorial design was still in use until 2010, but the 2016 penny features the shield emblem, which was introduced in 2010 to symbolize Lincoln's preservation of the United States as a single country. Although mass-produced, the minting process is subject to myriad variables where imperfections might creep through, from die polishing errors to misaligned strikes or planchette defects. These anomalies are typically discarded or corrected early in the process, but occasionally, a flawed coin may enter circulation, making it an immediate curiosity for collectors and turning it into a high-value item over time. The 2016 1-cent coin becoming worth $168 is primarily attributed to certain key errors and mistakes that differentiate it from standard issues. These errors include die cracks, off-center strikes, doubled dies, and sometimes planchette lamination issues, all of which introduce noticeable irregularities in the coin's appearance. Die cracks occur when the metal die used to stamp the coin develops fractures due to metal fatigue or stress from repeated use. These cracks can result in raised lines on the coin's surface that are not part of the original design. Collectors prize such cracked dies because they represent a snapshot of the minting process's mechanical history, often unique to specific minting batches or dating periods. In the case of the 2016 penny, some coins exhibit prominent die cracks that run through Liberty's name or the date itself, rendering the coin instantly recognizable and highly collectible. Off-center strikes happen when the coin blank is not perfectly aligned under the die during the strike, resulting in a partial design where part of the coin's images and inscriptions may be cut off or shifted. While most off-center struck coins are heavily rejected by the mint, some do make their way into circulation, and a 2016 penny with a notable off-center strike can command significant premiums because it clearly deviates from the normal minting standard. Another notable error that contributes to the 2016 penny's high value is the doubled die phenomenon. This striking error occurs during the process where the die itself is improperly engraved or accidentally impressed twice, resulting in a doubling of certain elements in the final coin image. The doubling effect, often visible in the date or the word Liberty, gives the coin a distinct and unusual layered appearance. Some 2016 pennies exhibit doubling on the lower sections of the date or the letters on the obverse face, and these doubled dies are especially sought after by collectors for their rarity and visual appeal. Alongside die cracks, doubled dies stand out as two of the most coveted errors in modern coinage, and when found on a 2016 penny, a coin that is otherwise plentiful, this anomaly greatly increases its market value. Planchette errors also play a role. Occasionally, The thin metal disc used to produce the coin fails to have uniform thickness or displays incomplete annealing. The heat treatment process meant to make the metal workable, producing coins with uneven surfaces, raised metal flakes, or other textural defects. Though some planchette era coins lack the aesthetic appeal of other minting eras, they are still of considerable interest when catalogued and recognized among era coin specialists. Beyond the physical minting eras, the 2016 1-cent coin's value is amplified by the rarity of specific eras and the high demand among collectors for coins featuring these flaws. While millions of pennies were minted in 2016, the fraction containing recognizable die cracks, off-center strikes, or doubled dies is minuscule, giving these era coins scarcity. Scarcity is a key driver in any collectible item's value, and rare era coins often fetch prices far above their metal content or face value. In the specific coin market for 2016 pennies exhibiting these eras, the $168 figure reflects a market-established premium where collectors are willing to pay significantly to add these unique specimens to their collections or portfolios. Additionally, era coins are intriguing because they provide insight into the minting practices and quality control measures of the US Mint. The fact that these errors went unnoticed or uncorrected until some coins entered circulation suggests moments of lapse or mechanical stress in the production line, which fascinates numismatists as a point of historical and technical study. Another element elevating the 2016 penny's worth is the growing community of collectors dedicated to modern era coins. Over recent decades, interest in era coins from the 21st century has surged, with enthusiasts seeking to complete collections that document the entire range of mint mistakes year by year. The 2016 penny holds special prominence as it represents a relatively recent minting year where production volume was still high, yet errors reached an identifiable level of visibility without mass destruction of flawed dies. This middle ground between high availability and rare, visible errors makes the 2016 penny a sweet spot for collectors who want to invest in contemporary coins with genuine error characteristics. Furthermore, online auctions and coin grading services have helped create transparency and consensus around the rarity and value of flawed 2016 pennies, bolstering their market price. Third-party grading companies certify the authenticity and grade of these coins, confirming the presence of errors such as die cracks or doubled dies and assigning an official condition rating that strongly influences market value. Coins graded as gem mint condition with authentic errors often command the highest premiums, and examples of 2016 pennies with these traits regularly surpass the $168 benchmark price at auction or private sales. From a broader perspective, the story of the 2016 penny's elevation from a trivial 1-cent coin to a collectible worth $168 is a testament to how imperfections can transform an object's value and desirability. While many people see pennies as mere pocket change, coin collectors understand that history, rarity, and unique production flaws create narratives that transcend monetary face value. In this sense, each 2016 penny with errors like die cracks or doubled dies carries a small but unique historical footprint, an accidental fingerprint from the mint's process of coin creation, in a way that mass-produced flawless pennies cannot replicate. This narrative ties collectors emotionally and intellectually to the physical coins, driving demand and enhancing perceived value. The 2016 penny's high price is thus not just about the error itself but also the story it tells, the technical curiosity it represents, and the rarity that collectors pursue in an ever-growing market for era coins in the modern era of numismatics. Taking into account the future possibilities for the 2016 1-cent coin's value, many experts foresee that interest in era coins will continue to grow, particularly as physical coins become scarcer due to the increasing trend toward digital payments and the decline in penny usage worldwide. As fewer people collect pennies and more era coins are recognized and documented, well-preserved examples featuring clear and distinctive errors, like those of 2016, are likely to appreciate in value. This potential for appreciation makes owning such coins not just a matter of hobby but an investment opportunity. The niche market for era coins often remains resilient even during economic downturns because of the uniqueness and story tied to each era specimen. Moreover, with advances in technology, detecting and verifying subtle coin errors has become easier, further enhancing buyer confidence and pushing prices higher. The cataloging of these errors also leads to increasingly detailed numismatic reference guides, creating a virtuous cycle where increased documentation fuels demand, which in turn drives up value. The 2016 pennies errors have even caught the attention of mainstream media and major numismatic publications that highlight. Next 2008 1-cent USA coin, and thank you so much for tuning in today to this incredible deep dive into one of the most extraordinary stories in the world of rare coins, a story so fascinating it defies ordinary belief and has captivated collectors, investors, and enthusiasts around the globe. Today, we are exploring the enigmatic and astonishing 2008 1-cent coin that has been reported to cost as much as $58 million. A jaw-dropping figure that illustrates how errors and mistakes during the minting process can transform a small copper coin, ordinarily worth just a single cent, into one of the most valuable collectibles known to numismatics. You might naturally be wondering how a simple 2008 penny could possibly fetch such an astronomical price. What kinds of errors or mistakes could be present on this coin to justify a sum that rivals some of the most famous and priceless coins in history? The answer lies in a magnificent combination of rare and extreme minting anomalies, exceptional rarity, intense collector demand, and the fascinating narratives woven around this coin's journey from the minting press to sensational auctions and the eyes of the world. The 2008 1-cent coin is not just another penny, it is an emblem of how minute imperfections, manufacturing mishaps, and sometimes, sheer chance and error can elevate a mundane object to legendary status. Our exploration will uncover the specific errors and mistakes found on the 2008 penny, explaining why they occur, how they impact the coin's condition and value, and why they have given rise to such a staggering market price that at first seems almost impossible. We will delve into the minting process itself, the conditions under which the 2008 penny was produced, and the types of errors that collectors prize the most. From manufacturing defects such as die cracks and doubled dies to off-center strikes and unusual planchette irregularities, we will examine the full spectrum of minting flaws that these rare coins display, also considering the possible historical or production anomalies unique to the year 2008 that contributed to the coin's singular status. Beyond the physical characteristics, we will also analyze market trends, auction history, grading and certification processes, and how the mythology and legend around this penny have pushed the price into the stratosphere. To understand the extraordinary value of the 2008 penny, it is important to begin with an appreciation of how coins are made and what kinds of errors typically occur. The United States Mint is a remarkable institution responsible for producing billions of coins annually, using a highly automated and precisely calibrated process designed to ensure consistency and quality. Coin production starts with metal planches, essentially small metal discs, which are carefully cut and prepared to receive the coin's design, stamped into the metal using steel dies engraved with imagery, numerals, and inscriptions. The pressure of the die stamps creates the coin's face, and this entire procedure is engineered to minimize mistakes or defects that would compromise the coin's usability or appearance. However, the reality is that even the most controlled environments can produce mistakes due to mechanical wear and tear, misalignment, contamination, human error, or unforeseen disruptions. In the case of the 2008 1-cent coin, a perfect storm of such factors led to the creation of several incredibly rare minting anomalies that collectors today seek with unparalleled enthusiasm. What makes this penny unique is the combination of several extreme errors appearing simultaneously or in rare conjunction, making it stand out not only as a visually striking coin but also as a singular artifact of minting history. Among the most important error types found on the 2008 penny that drive its mass appeal and astronomical value is the doubled die error. This occurs during the hubbing process when the die that stamps the coin is impressed twice with the design but slightly misaligned on the second impression. The result is a coin where elements of the design such as the year, the lettering, or Lincoln's profile appear doubled or shadowed, a phenomenon that is both distinctive and beautiful in its complexity. The 2008 doubled die penny, sometimes referred to as the doubled die Lincoln cent, displays this remarkable obesity in the date and letters, with doubling so pronounced that it is visible even to the naked eye. The rarity of these coins is extreme, as only a tiny fraction of pennies minted that year display this error, making them premium items for collectors. Beyond the double die error, a second crucial error contributing to the $58 million valuation is an unprecedented series of die cracks and die breaks that appeared on certain dies used in 2008. Die cracks are fractures that develop in the stamping die which imprint raised lines or ridges on the coin's surface where metal flows into the crack during striking. Some cracked dies are minor and leave thin hairline fractures, others are massive and gaping, creating embosses so dramatic that they can alter entire sections of the coin's design. The 2008 pennies with significant die cracks have visible raised lines traversing prominent areas of the coin, including crossing Lincoln's cheek or the year inscription, producing coins that are nothing short of astonishing. In some cases, these die break errors have resulted in huge raised metal blobs or distorted outlines, anomalies that are notoriously rare and sought after, creating further value drivers for the coin. Not only are double die and die crack errors present, but the 2008 penny also features a series of off-center strikes, where the coin planchet was not fully aligned under the minting die, causing partial or disproportionate designs to be stamped onto the coin's surface. Off-center strike coins vary widely in value depending on the degree of misalignment. Mild off-centering might only cause a small displacement in the design, but extreme off-centering bordering on half or more of the coin missing the design can be remarkably rare and valuable. The 2008 pennies seized by collectors with striking degrees of off-center errors highlight perfectly the coin's appeal and rarity, particularly because the mint usually discards these irregularities, but a few inevitably escape and enter collector hands or circulation. The visual appeal of these misaligned pennies captures the imagination and drives prices higher. Additionally, planchet errors, flaws in the metal blanks prior to striking, play a central role in boosting the 2008 penny's value. These errors include lamination defects, improperly mixed metals, irregular thickness, and surface impurities that distort the coin's appearance and impose a unique texture. The 2008 penny's planchet errors sometimes produce layered peeling of the copper surface, colored metallic streaks, or even strange coloration caused by alloy inconsistencies. Given the relatively new metal compositions dominating modern pennies, such anomalies have become even more valuable because they reflect rare deviations in production chemistry. Other subtle but impactful errors include varying mint mark mistakes. For example, some 2008 pennies show distorted mint marks or missing mint marks altogether due to die polishing errors or hubbing faults. In some cases, multiple mint marks appear, while in others mint marks are entirely absent, a phenomenon known as mint mark omission, all of which are fascinating for collectors and add yet another layer of complexity and value to the 2008 penny. Furthermore, there is a category of broad strikes and struck-through debris errors also found on some 2008 cents. In broad strikes, the coin is struck outside the raised edge securing collar of the press, resulting in larger than normal coin diameter with blurred borders, while struck-through debris error coins contain residual materials between the planchet and die during striking, generating raised bumps or depressions on the coin. These types of errors are both visually arresting and highly rare, further pushing the collectability and value of involved coins. What fuels the $58 million valuation beyond just the physical errors is the overwhelming rarity and authenticated provenance of certain verified specimens. Unlike many error coins that may be suspected but never conclusively validated, the 2008 penny at the center of this tremendous valuation has been subject to careful examination by top numismatic experts and certified by highly respected grading companies, which certify the exact nature of the errors and confirm that the coin is genuine, untouched, and exhibits the unique combination of mint errors that justify its market price. Certification and authentication are key because they provide confidence to buyers and investors that the coin is authentic and can be trusted as an asset, reducing fraud and speculation risk. When highly dramatic coins like the most notable 2008 era penny are unveiled through auction houses or private sales with strong chain of custody documentation and professional certification, Bidding wars or private negotiations can push prices to astronomical levels. This is evident in the marketplace phenomena that have surrounded this penny, where multiple offers, media attention, and competition among elite collectors have reinscribed the coin's value well beyond that of typical numismatic items. A contributing factor to the intense fascination and valuation of the 2008 penny is how it fits within the broader historical context of modern era coins. The year 2008 is relatively recent in minting terms, a period marked by advanced technologies yet still susceptible to manufacturing flaws, making era coins from this era especially interesting because they represent intersections of old flaws with modern processes. Collectors love to seek out such coin.